Jakovljevic, the lefty, playing the right side.
Side out.
Away, you see the backhand on display for Jakovljevic.
0-0-1. Second serve.
Jakovljevic steps into the play for the third shot drive, just a bit deep. Zane Ford deferring to the lefty forehand on his side of the court.
0-0-2.
Second serve now.
Side out.
Empty trip, and a quick sign out for Frazier and Daescu.
0-0-1. Point.
We have players that we know that, are capable of playing the best textbook
1-0-1.
pickleball. But Andre Daescu brings it another degree hotter, brings some flair to that textbook, and I love that about his game.
Point.
Hands at the kitchen from Daescu, has a lot of reach and great anticipation. Back on the left this weekend, saw him
2-0-1.
debut on the right last weekend with Ben Johns, played out of his mind on that side in a different role.
Second serve. Two 0-2.
In it goes inside the baseline
Side out.
for Zane Ford.
Nothing wrong with that. Daescu gathering information there.
0-2-1.
Love to know what you mean by that.
Second serve.
So Daescu chose to let that ball go. So in one, he's showing his opponents that he's capable of letting balls go, capable of getting out of the way.
0-2-2.
And also he found out where Zane Ford's ball lands with that type of swing, gathering that information.
Point. One, 2-2. Side out.
Unlucky bounce. Fast-paced game here.
2-1-1. Second serve. Two, 1-2. Side out.
He bounced on the third. Daescu sends it into the bottom of the net.
Yeah, you don't see that too
1-2-1.
often from the machine.
Point.
Dylan contemplating going off to the races on that one. Not worth his time. Smooth, confident
2-2-1.
swing from Zane Ford here. Take a look. He knows how consistent he is. He knows that ball's going where he desires. Dylan now with the counter punch.
Speed up denied. Zane Ford learning quickly where not to go on Dylan Frazier.
2-2-2.
Here's another look.
Hands ready. Small, compact swing. Great counter.
Side out. Two, 2-1.
Drop volley. He's there. And for those
Second
of us who
serve.
are not as historically
That's right.
depth or possess the historical depth with the pickleball knowledge, I'd love to, for you to
2-2-2.
give context to that comment.
Tim Nelson himself, the puppet master himself.
Side out.
Daescu knows that ball's going out.
2-2. I'll recall.
Tim Nelson, one of the greats before there were
2-1.
greats. That last name might ring a bell because he is known for creating the Nasty Nelson. He's a nasty player.
Bao Duong knows a thing or two about that, tagging his brother in Australia.
3-2-1.
3-2-1, the score now. Daescu and Frazier up on the scoreboard.
This little tennis two-hander. Uh-oh.
The angle out of reach for Dylan Frazier, who felt like he could have gotten there if there were wider margins.
3-2-2.
There it is again.
Great touch shot by Dylan Frazier, keeping that ball out of harm's way, tracking it down, keeping it low to the kitchen.
4-2-2. Side out.
So good. Huge point. Tim Nelson, so much more than the Nasty Nelson, an innovator of the game. They called him the Puppet Master because he could control his opponent so well.
Second serve.
And you see that in Zane Ford, this recurring theme while watching him play. He's just innately always keeping the ball away from his opponents. So smart, so strong. Welcome to the pro scene, Zane Ford.
Side out.
He had a tough time in mixed yesterday. That injury that we might have saw during singles against Ben Johns on that heel hurt a little bit more the next morning. Oh, yeah.
Swift around the post for Zane Ford.
4-2-2.
Perhaps if that's Ben, Dylan Frazier super ready. He's still finding out what Zane Ford's capable of.
Point.
Attempted speed up through the middle. Attacking again off the bounces. Zane Ford hands Daescu and Frazier another point.
5-2-2. Point. You can't defer to us. You can challenge.
This one will face Eric Onsens and Rafa Hewitt, or
6-2-2.
and Morgan in action right now. What a run for Onsens yesterday in mix.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Side out.
Second look here. Out of the air, compact, kind of swinging with the shoulder there. I really like that. A little play out of the Colin Johns playbook there.
Point.
And there's the good eye for point.
3-6-1. Second serve.
Touch to get through Dylan Frazier when he's at the kitchen.
3-6-2.
You have the ATP defense of Andre Daescu with world-class reach too.
Yeah, I think Zane could have been more ready for the continuance on that one. That's a great shot from Jakovljevic.
Big gust of wind coming through midway through the point.
Six, 3-2. Point. Seven, 3-2.
Play Daescu.
And it is extremely impressive. Nothing like we've ever really seen before.
8-3-2.
Great defense from Ford. Oh my, almost stole the show with that.
Love that. Andre likes to leave no doubt. I've never seen that man tired. I've never seen that man down and out.
9-3-2.
Way too good.
Point. Game point.
Zane Ford's been harnessing his consistency, but Andre
10-3-2.
seems to have been born with it. What a drop. What wind.
Yeah.
Side out.
Not a bad poke.
Game point saved on the other side.
3-10-1. Point. Four 10-1. Second serve. 4-10-2.
Wow. Jakovljevic defends the around the post, and Frazier not there for the coverage in the middle.
Sometimes that's the biggest responsibility of that side, the left side, the right side, just to shut down the sideline, be there for it. Hits one ball, ends the point. Off the bounce shift. Windy, no net touch.
Side out. Game point.
Perseverance, serve surrendered
10-5-1.
to the other side, and game point number 2 for Frazier and Daescu.
Point game.
Missed
11-5.
return,
Change
Win
it.
helped with that one, 11-5. We'll close out the first, Daescu and Frazier.
If you will.
New Vulcan ball. Game 2, time in. 0-0-2. I'll recall.
The net and a reserve out of the gate for Jakovljevic.
0-0-2. Side out.
There's some players that play their best on the biggest stages. You'll see them play their best pickleball. There's other players that love or would prefer to be in that back corner, no cameras, minimal fans, just getting it done in the back alley.
Which player are you?
Second serve.
Front and center?
Oh, man. I've actually, yeah, I think I've done my best work without a camera for sure.
0-0-2.
Yeah, the victory over Pablo Tejas and Federico Staksrud was not videographed.
Point.
And a foot fault called.
1-0-2. Side out.
That victory was alongside left side great Brendan Long.
Which tournament?
0-1-1.
Yes. That was in Daytona.
Recently then.
As early as 2023.
One.
Time flies, and pickleball years are like dog years, longer than the average. Good touch from the lefty. Two-handed carve here.
And Daescu goes inside out of the air twice. Backing Zane Ford off the kitchen. A great heads-up play from the big guy.
Yeah, it's a really great spot. Great finesse on this inside out. Kick save from Zane on that first one, but it's not enough open lane on the sideline.
Turned out those reps on the right paid off for Daescu last weekend.
Oh, you know it.
And lobbing into the wind. Did not turn out for Zane Ford.
One. Point.
Not only is Andre consistent, he is consistently fierce.
Responsible for being one of the first
2-1-1.
people, I guess, to plant the seed of the Johns brothers breakup. Challenged them initially with Gabe Tardio. That was the shocker of last year, where it was on a almost consistent basis where they were taking them out.
Yeah, if there is such a title, he is the Johns defeating expert. Handled. Reset.
Side out.
Bounce off the tape for Frazier.
It's a really great rip from Zane. Not much Dylan could do with that one. Let's take a look here.
1-2-1.
Two-hander. Subtle little back step with that left foot. Dylan placing. Daescu follows suit.
Second serve.
And Frazier looking for the Yates defend. Only two players that I know thus late to pull it off, Kyle Yates and Pablo Tellez. Take a look at Dylan here on this replay for the defend.
1-2-2.
All the way there for it. I love that.
Big wind coming through.
Point.
Testing Ford's ability to get out of the way, and he does. Really crafty player.
Yeah, 11-5, that's a lot of points.
2-2.
It's a big point differential, but the margin for victory here is slim.
Side out.
Cannot have that.
2-2-1. Second serve. Two, 2-2. Side out.
Just deep for Frazier. Ready for it. Face just a bit too open on that one.
It's a great hands
2-2-1.
battle. It's a great way to win points. Letting that out ball go out, not easy.
Point.
Michelle, you have that volleyball background, do you not? Libero, if I'm correct?
Yes.
3-2-1.
Now, was
Impressive. You know that piece of lingo?
Libero's the defensive specialist for the volleyball back row?
Liz Jones can relate to that as well.
Here we go.
Point.
It's wide.
Just wanted to ask, is there a big skill in letting out balls go out for the
Yes.
libero? Is that a huge?
For sure.
Yeah. How do you
train for that in volleyball?
How do you approach that? How do you
4-2-1.
train for that?
Well, you either get hit in the face or you get out of the way.
Okay.
Usually with a ball coming at you 90 miles per hour, which is definitely a learned skill.
Second serve.
You gauge, I think you gain a good gauge of which balls are in
4-2-2.
or out.
Just
for the
over time.
training. And like last minute shifts when you have a ball coming off the block.
Point.
You have to adjust at the last second, make a quick judgment call. But I do think that awareness and the feet awareness at the kitchen does apply here in
5-2-2.
pickleball. So you can't step on that line and jump over the net. In the back row.
Point.
Back to the pickleball knowledge. Dylan Frazier and Andre Daescu surrender another to Ford and Jakovljevic. Driving a theme on the
6-2-2.
side of Ford and Jakovljevic so far in game two to swing this one in their direction. There's another one inside out that time from Zane Ford.
Oh my goodness. Ball just
Timeout receiver,
catches and
7-2-2.
gravitates right back towards the court.
Referee for this match.
Time in. 7-2-2.
7-2-2 the damage.
Point.
So Daescu and Frazier, if they're going to make any adjustments here. What might they add to their game on their side?
That's so nasty. But one thing I can think of if I'm going to brainstorm against this tough puzzle that's become Zane and Yvonne, kind of deny Zane that third. Be a great way to prevent points from coming up on their side of the board. But it is tough to keep the ball away from Zane, as he's proving right now. Forces Dylan to hustle again. They are scrapping.
Point.
Huge win of a point.
Three, 8-1.
Pretty strong control here. Zane really trying to get that ball down. Strengths and weaknesses to every grip.
Wow.
And you defended.
Highlight reel play for the boys in white. Zane Ford sets up Jakovljevic on the close.
Yeah, and Jakovljevic really showing his strengths now. That's another impressive overhead. Great spot. Not much Andre could do with that one. Deep return. Zane gets involved. Daescu fighting the wind.
Drop volley. What a time to do it. Ford drops it in and gets the ball back.
Such an important shot to practice. It's tough to practice, too, because you could find a drill partner, but in this case, you're taking the ball away from your drill partner. So I like to reserve that one for the ball machine if you're at home.
Like that piece of insight.
Looking to prevent. Nasty.
Jakovljevic stepping up big time here in game 2.
Yeah, keeping his wit about him.
Ooh.
Second serve.
Sitter and goes deep. 2 points and a third deciding game will be played for these two.
Point.
Call was deep. Daescu looking to potentially challenge it. Dylan Frazier confirms it was deep. Now we have game point on the paddle of Zane Ford. Looking to extend this to 3.
10-3-2. Side out.
Survive 1 game point. Daescu and Frazier get the ball back.
3-10-1. Second serve.
It's a good serve from Andre. The biggest way that Yvonne just countered that was how far off the baseline he was. Good positioning. Bold and rewarded, Andre Daescu.
He has that reach. He can basically reach the net with that arm into the kitchen. Great play by Daescu.
Point.
Up until that point, Yvonne has been doing a great job of minimizing the unforced errors.
5-10-2. Point.
Oh.
Timeout receiver, 6-10-2.
A few too many chips in the deceit category.
6-10-2.
On the brink of a third game here in this men's doubles round of 32 match. Frazier and Daescu on a run and on a 2.
Zane setting himself up. He is moving like lightning right now.
Through the middle it goes. What a play by Daescu to test the forehands on the other side.
Yeah, he sees the opportunity out of the air and then also sees it off the bounce on the same ball.
Nice counter. Jakovljevic will end the run there. 4 unanswered points for Daescu and Frazier.
Game point.
Game point number 2 for Jakovljevic and Ford.
10-7-1.
Oh, baby.
Jakovljevic will close things out on his terms. To a game 3 we go. Third deciding game between Daescu, Frazier, and Jakovljevic Ford. Frazier starting things off, high third.
Point.
Got away with it there and opening up the scoring. Daescu and Frazier.
1-0-2. Point.
Apology given from Dylan Frazier. On top by 2. Third shot drops. The theme on their side so far, trying to cater to the wind conditions.
2-0-2.
Ford looking to attack on the Ernie, and Daescu and Frazier right now doing a really nice job getting the ball on the ground to avoid the offense on the other side that we saw cooking in the second.
3-0-2. Side out.
Any ounce of opportunity for offense, but the balls coming from Dylan Frazier and Andre Daescu just providing no opportunity.
0-3-1. Second serve. 0-3-2.
There's the high-flying octane offense of Zane Ford. He wants to speed it up and he wants to play fast.
1-3-2. Side out.
Sometimes that can come with decision making, and Zane Ford knows he made the wrong one there.
3-1-1.
Daescu and Frazier take back the ball.
Second serve. Three, 1-2. Side out.
Feathery touch from Jakovljevic.
1-3-1.
Ooh, tough bounce off the tape. The race to 6 continues on both sides.
Daescu almost tries to wait for that ball to hit that reset button on that bar. Little high, plays it cool. Another one.
Oof. Second serve.
Probably going out, but doesn't matter. Daescu gets out of the way on the second ball. Twice now for 4 down the line on that miss.
Side out.
Graceful move up to the kitchen. Daescu takes about 2 steps and he is there at the line. Takes it out of the air quicker than most. Less footwork than most. Have to, anyway. There's a fun sign in here, too, that says something in reference to the Romanian tower that he is. dynamic points on both sides. Daescu and Frazier earn it.
That's epic pickleball right there when you can go that deep into the point. So much happened there. It's Daescu with the haymaker to finish it off. Great hustle from Dylan Frazier to get him there. Over the net and shallow from Zane Ford.
An attack, Daescu mixing up his targets down the line first, forcing the pop-up, then works it to the outer edge of Zane Ford's paddle. He's so smart. Doesn't ever try to do too much, Daescu. Just puts it in the right place. Hangs on for another. What a play for Daescu. A roll in the third. They were pushed in the second. If you're just joining us, it's their second time partnering on the PPA Tour. Their first since 2023, Daescu and Frazier.
Side out.
Just deep. Wind a bit shifty. Definitely impacting play, but the boys managing it well on both sides so far.
2-6-1. I'll recall. 2-6-1. No fault. You touched the post. Second serve.
Insult to injury for poor Zane Ford, who went into the net on his way around the post, or on the earth, excuse me.
I'll recall.
Yeah, no pun intended. I mean, that heel of his that he's landing on, he doesn't normally make that type of off-balance nature there. He's usually back and fluid on it, so you know it's there. Back to the next one.
Oh, Jakovljevic with a heads-up play.
Yeah, Jakovljevic has been playing a solid game, going into the 6 on the end change there. It started with an attack from him off the bounce, so if he can kind of just keep it cool.
Side out.
Keep being that solid rock that he's been. Wait for that amazing overhead opportunity that he's shown us.
6-3-1.
However, Dylan Frazier is strictly locked in. Huge.
Huge indeed, and another point for Frazier and Daescu.
7-3-1.
It's a great spot. Daescu's able to pick his opponent apart as they advance towards that kitchen line. Fake speed up with the placement shot. Dylan Frazier then back to it. Another forehand, speeds it up. Too good. Dylan Frazier, right side demon.
And a little smirk to go with it from Dylan Frazier.
Yeah, this is Dylan at his finest. This is Dylan Frazier in his element. That is his play. Love that shiftiness.
Frazier on top of it again.
Timeout receiver.
Zane Ford and the lefty. Jakovljevic playing well, still in it. Zane's turn.
Second serve.
Great center for Jakovljevic to clean it up. Nice trying to earn match points for Daescu and Frazier.
Point.
Caught.
Match point it is. Daescu and Frazier.
10-3-2.
Oh, it's in. Frazier lands that one inside the sideline, whether he meant to or not. 11-3, the conclusion in Game 3.
It's a statement in itself to push a team like Daescu Frazier to Game 3. So props to Zane Ford, who's already having the tournament of his career to date. There's going to be more to come. And to the left, Jakovljevic for a fantastic match. I expect great things from them in the future. All the best to Daescu and Frazier as they move forward towards Championship Sunday.
They will move forward to the round of 16 for now to face the 16 seed Eric Onsens on the rise and